channel. Subscribe to it. Give this video a like.
We have a podcast below in the description as well. Subscribe.
We're presented by our friends at Tito's Handmade Vodka.
#1 vodka in America, Tito's. Go make yourself a cocktail.
Wednesday was a big, old school, throwback, just pure fun night on the internet. Because apparently Hunter Renfrow had a really good day in the Niners joint practice with the Rams against Jalen Ramsey, perhaps the best cornerback in the NFL. And the Raiders reporters were all tweeting about what a great performance Hunter was having. What made it even more entertaining was that Jalen was having none of the reporting. And for those of you watching on YouTube, if you're listening, you maybe just go type Hunter Renfrow into Twitter. You probably have seen this already. Hell of a day for the Raiders, John, because it turned out their defense was good too. But that was not the #1 story coming out of that joint practice on Wednesday.
Yeah, I mean, it's funny. I think Hunter Renfrow, part of it is he just does not look like an NFL player. And let's face it, when you're a little white guy, you're an easy target when it comes to football. Now, I do think he falls in the line of guys that have been really successful. They both happen to play for the Patriots. I was talking to someone around the Raiders very closely that's basically like, Hunter Renfrow is Gruden's guy. They're like, this guy is fucking good. Now, if you've watched him, he makes plays. Like, he's a legitimate player. He's 105 catches through 2 years. It wouldn't shock me this year if he has 80. So it's funny because it's Hunter Renfrow versus Jalen. And really the only reason he's going versus Jalen is because he bumped inside. Like, they're like, he's going to cover the slot. So maybe that's showing you they valued that Renfrow is their most dangerous wide receiver. I don't know. Maybe
You're
they're
saying,
just working to get Jalen
the Rams
inside.
were game planning defensively in practice for Hunter Renfrow? Is that what you're saying?
I wouldn't say game planning, but just like you feel out practice and you go, this is the guy that's killing us. Move Jalen in there, right? You can just ad-lib in practice. Maybe it's as simple as give Jalen reps inside. Playing in, I tweeted this last night. In all seriousness, Jalen Ramsey is elite. Hunter Renfrow is also really good. I wouldn't call him elite, but he is one of the better pure slot guys in the league. Jalen is made for like Mike Evans, Devontae Adams, Keenan Allen. Put him on the outside, big guy, and just fucking we're going to have a heavyweight match. Playing inside slot corner is a completely different animal. It's not about vertically. It's about short area. And the one thing the Raider guy told me is like, no one can get their hands on Hunter. He's like a cat. But you just look at him, you're like, oh, that guy. People kind of openly made fun of him when he was drafted, and I'm probably guilty too. Do you know that he was a 2-time national champ, and he had the walk-off touchdown against Nick Saban? Like, when we talk about it, Edelman went to junior college and then went to, like, Toledo. Welker played at Texas Tech back before, like, Mike Leach was anything. This guy played at freaking Clemson. Think of the guys that he played with. Just think of the players that he played with. It's probably pretty incredible of a list of players that because he was part of multiple national championships teams. So I can't even imagine how many NFL guys that came through. And this dude and even Jalen admitted today, he's like, listen, like the guy can play. Like he compared him to Cooper Kupp. And Cooper Kupp, remember, when he was coming out, had like a lot of buzz.
But again,
would you agree? Like
Cooper Kupp was a small school. Cooper Kupp had buzz, but he was Eastern Washington. Him and Kendrick Bourne together.
Yeah, but when he got drafted, people like valued Cooper Kupp was a really good player. I think people kind of like Hunter Renfrow. He's not going to play in the league.
Right.
He's not just playing him. He's got 105 catches through 2 years.
And
then he's working Jalen Ramsey in practice.
Cooper Kupp was a 3rd rounder. Hunter Renfrow went in the 5th round.
Yeah, I don't remember if Hunter. I would imagine he got to the Senior Bowl, but
he was definitely a 4-year player. I mean,
yeah,
that's a good question. Did he play in the Senior Bowl? Did he play for the Raiders?
I don't see that.
I don't see it in his bio, but
well, what would have happened is the Senior Bowl might have been right after the national championship game, and he might just not have. It's just one of those where the timing didn't work out.
No, he did.
But like Cooper Kupp, he did play in the Senior Bowl.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. Remember he caught that big touchdown pass down like the left sideline?
At the Senior Bowl?
At the Senior Bowl. Yeah, there's a photo of it here, and I remember he made a catch. I want to say, was it like while Mayock was on the air or something like that? Will Grier hit him. It was like a ball that Will Grier had no business throwing. Yeah. I remember this play now.
Yeah, he's a player.
Will
but
Greer
he's also
spinning out. Will Greer basically did the Justin Fields. Oh, yeah, it was a jump. Renfrow came out of nowhere and caught it. If you see the play, you'll remember it.
He plays nothing like he looks, which is fun, which makes him like an easy, fun internet target to hype up. Like, I think that's why it kind of went so viral yesterday. And Jalen is an outspoken guy. I know the Raiders were expecting Jalen to like fight today, and he clearly didn't. But in fairness to Jalen, like Jalen Ramsey probably doesn't view himself as an equal to Hunter Renfrow. But they would not necessarily ever, like, they shouldn't be going up against each other like that. That is advantage for the Raiders. Really, Hunter Renfrow on anyone, unless you have an elite slot corner, there aren't that many that exist.
Marquise on YouTube says Renfro's our best route runner for sure. Waller our best weapon. For those of you watching this, if you're listening to it, just go type it in, John. Here's the play. For those of you watching, this was the Senior Bowl catch. Right, he's in black, and Will Greer throws it up into 7 people, and Renfrow comes away with it. So anyway,
you know what? I mean, in all seriousness about Hunter Renfrow, some people can just really play, and this is kind of like the Billy thing: what you look like, what you don't look like. Like, you got to take that away. He is not someone that, like, coming off the bus is gonna look the part. He is not going to be, even once you line up, whether it be college or now the pros, you're going to be like, how's this really going to work? And then, like, a play like, it's just, the fucking guy can play, like, really play. It's really remarkable how good he is. He's probably my favorite Raider.
Darren Waller. I mean, look.
I'm not saying he's the best Raider. I'm just saying he's my favorite Raider.
Between him and like, this offense should really, if we just go big picture, take this as an opportunity to go big picture for a moment, this offense should really work. Between him, if you drafted well, Ruggs, Brian Edwards comes back, made some great plays. You know, we liked him in very limited opportunities. Tough guy, seems like. And Waller, this thing should work. Look, one of the things, I don't know if you read one of the things that came out of Wednesday's practice was apparently their defense played pretty well against the Rams. Now, the problem is we're not going to get to see. Why are you, like, holding back a smile?
Well, it's because I got a text yesterday from someone on the ground floor that was like, we're back. Who was there? Okay. Just a fan, like, sitting there watching.
Now, their game, they play the Rams Sunday night. We'll talk more about all the preseason games. But Saturday night on NFL Network is Rams-Raiders. Unfortunately, we're not going to get to see what there was in camp. I did have a Raider fan, now that you just reminded me, text me today, like, I would pay anything to watch one of these practices between the Rams ones and the Raiders ones. So we're not going to get to see them against Stafford. But, like, I was texting with Chad Brown, who's doing the Monday night game for ESPN on Monday. He goes to a lot of Broncos practice. He told me he thinks the Broncos have the best secondary in the NFL. Like, can you just play defense well enough? Not that Denver's going to be anything special on offense, but everybody in your division potentially does something great. The Chargers should be great on offense. The Chiefs are great on offense. The Broncos might be pretty great, at least on defense, in their pass defense. Vaughn is back, as you tweeted. So everybody in this division in the AFC West does something elite. Say what you want about Denver. Like, they're going to do something elite this year in terms of pass defense. So what are the Raiders going to do that's elite? Are they going to be elite on offense? They could be. Are they going to be solid on defense? Right? Because that combination, Denver could be great on defense but bad on offense. What?
Do you think they'll be solid? Like,
what's my point?
Can they just be a top 20 defense?
Yeah, see that, but that's all you need is be the 20th best defense in the NFL. That bar shouldn't be too high to cross. That's the question.
I know. I just don't. But do they have the talent?
Well,
that'd be my thing. Do they just have the players?
This is part of why I want to watch them play.
Why you watch the Broncos?
Is Morrig good? Is Max Crosby
We talk a lot about the NFC West being the best division in football, and I think it is. But I think the AFC West, the talent isn't that far behind on paper. Because like you said, I think the Broncos, if their quarterback play was just solid, they're a 9-win team. The Raiders, if their defense is just solid, they should compete to be a 500 team again. The Chargers, I think a lot of people in the NFL think the Chargers are going to win like 11 games. I think the Chargers are going to be really good.
Well, based on if you took Keenan Allen and crossed him with Hunter Renfrow, you might have the greatest receiver of all time based on the videos I watched in the last 24 hours.
But Keenan Allen does that. I mean, he's been doing that his fucking whole career. I think didn't he lead the league in catches last year?
Yeah,
I mean, he's a
Keenan's
superstar.
been the number one receiver in the league.
You know what shows you too is like the video today that came out of practice was him on Verrett. Now Verrett's been hurt a lot, but Verrett, I think Verrett might have been like a 4.38 guy, maybe 4.40 guy, like elite speed. Keenan ran a 4.75. Yet you watch him, you're like, isn't Keenan's faster than him? Now, granted, one guy's running forward, the other guy's backpedaling, but still, just shows you some things like Devontae Adams is a 4.6 guy. He sure as hell doesn't play like that. You know, like
No.
What is your actual play speed? Guy, Keenan Allen was a 3rd round pick. 3rd round. Like, that's pretty. The internet loves talking about, like, the NFL is a great example for just life. It is just not about where you start. It just really isn't. Because I was thinking today, Stephon Diggs, 5th round pick, Keenan Allen, 3rd. Like, Renfrow is a 5th. Like, you can, the NFL is, like Mike Piazza's story and stuff in baseball, it's really, really hard to actually make it. If you've ever talked to a minor league guy, it's just easy to get stuck behind. Even if you're playing better, it's difficult. Football is not. Like, you start making some plays in camp, like, you just will get your shot. It's human nature. It's inevitable. As an undrafted free agent, let alone a guy when they use a pick on you.
Yeah.